It's no way you slapping me, turn around, button your jacket, and walk off that stage. They gonna have to go to 4 commercial breaks.
It's a clash of the titans as Will Smith threatens to sue Steve Harvey. It seems as though when people have a whole lot of money, they get a whole lot more vindictive. This time, it's Will Smith threatening to sue Steve Harvey. Turns out, Will is furious over what is being called a mind-boggling case of public humiliation. And now, Will is ready to get the lawyers involved in the fight. Will Smith, as you may know, has been dealing with the aftermath from the 2022 Oscars for the past year and then some. Before he blew his cover, he was known as the life of the party in Hollywood and a charming, magnetic actor. But lately, he's been seething over the blows he's being dealt after the slap incident. And now Steve Harvey has gotten into the mix, leaving Will steaming. But what did Steve say? Why is Will Smith losing it on him? Well, before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. For those of you who don't know, Will Smith, known for his iconic role as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, cracked a massive slap across comedian Chris Rock after he made a joke about Will's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Rock mentioned how excited he was for a G.I. Jane sequel with a nod to Jada's fabulous bald look, thanks to alopecia. Yeah, that punchline landed a bit too close to home. But in the end, Will tucked his tail between his legs with an apology, and Rock declined to press charges. But he did get a win out of it, because he raked in some serious cash with a Netflix comedy special that tore Will Smith apart. And honestly, at this point, I don't think I would be able to even give you an accurate number anymore on how many comedians have taken jabs at Will Smith over this famous Oscar slap. If I had a nickel, I would have a lot of freaking nickels, okay? And honestly, most of them have been fairly tame with the jokes, though a lot of them have also expressed their disapproval over Smith's antics at the Oscars. Lupita Nyong'o, seated near Will Smith, unwittingly became an accidental witness to the explosive aftermath and looked stunned and speechless. Cameras captured the priceless reactions of Nicole Kidman and Serena Williams as well. Their expressions a perfect blend of shock and disbelief. Actress Jodie Turner-Smith tweeted, "As far as that incident goes, I am still processing. I have secondhand embarrassment for all involved." Judd Apatow also wrote, "Could have killed Rock. That's pure out-of-control rage and violence." Many criticized the director for weighing in on the matter, but then he deleted the tweet. He also wrote how it was pure narcissistic of him to pull a move like that. Amy Schumer wrote that she was triggered and traumatized. Now, Jim Carrey, the king of comedy himself, he didn't mince words as he expressed his disgust at the sight of Will Smith receiving a standing ovation during his Oscar acceptance. Carrey went as far as declaring that he would have slapped Smith with a whopping $200 million lawsuit. Comedian Wanda Sykes, never one to hold back, weighed in on the Smith slap saga and let her thoughts fly like her punchlines. She didn't hold back as she questioned the decision to let Smith remain and accept his Best Actor award despite the altercation. With a little playful twist of humor, Sykes quipped,
"You assault somebody, you get escorted out the building, and that's it. But for them to let him continue, I thought it was gross."
Well, leave it to Sykes to serve up a little bit of commentary with some comedic truth. And it seems like Smith's actions have left the veterans of the comedy world stunned. And one of those veterans is the legendary Steve Harvey. Steve has been in the game for decades. He's no stranger to everything that the stage has to throw at you, including hecklers. But even he was taken aback by Smith's outburst. At a recent public event, Harvey, the self-proclaimed not-so-high-level Christian, didn't hold back when it came to sharing his thoughts on how he would have handled the cheeky encounter. Now, we all know that Steve Harvey wears many hats. Comedian, TV host, and apparently Christian in training. With a little grin, Harvey declared,
I'm a Christian, right? But I'm like a really underdeveloped Christian. I don't do high level Christianity. I'm not like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 2. And that's good. Because that's the level of Christianity I can work on.
With the crowd hanging on to his every word, Harvey continued to paint a picture of his unique brand of Christianity.
Like you slap Bishop Jakes, he'll turn the other cheek. because he's a high-level Christian. You slap me. Will Smith, let me explain something to you. It's no way you slapping me, turn around, button your jacket, and walk off that stage. They gonna have to go to 4 commercial breaks. I'm not saying I wouldn't get slapped, but I'm just saying, before you sit your ass back in your chair, Jada and everybody else gonna have to move out the way. Cause we're gonna be down here moving furniture around, partner. That's the type of Christian I am.
Mind you, Steve did go on to say that what Will did was a punk move, and he only did it because he knew he could get away with it on television.
But I thought it was a real punk move to go up there on national TV where you know you can slap this brother. See, this is how you know it was some Hollywood mess. He slapped the dude and turned his back and walked off. You know good and hell well in real life, man.
Honestly, though, I highly doubt that Smith would have even tried Harvey if things had gone that way. There's a little more evenly matched situation height-wise, and Steve looks like he could throw a mean punch. Regardless, it was with those comments that Harvey left no doubt that he had lost all respect for Smith after seeing the incident. He actually didn't even see it live. He was out of the country at the time. But after watching it and hearing what Chris said to cause the scene, Steve did find himself in a bit of a conundrum. On one hand, he understood the importance of being a man defending his wife's honor. We've all got that protective instinct, right? But on the other hand, Harvey couldn't help but ponder the concept of dignity. In his own very unique style, Harvey suggested that after the show, he could have simply approached Chris Rock and said, "Hey man, let's talk it out." But here's the twist. Harvey also added that instead of a calm conversation, he would have given Rock a good old slap to knock the taste right out of his mouth.
But the way he should have did it was, after the show, he could have stepped to him and said, "Hey man," and he could have slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth, and then they could have worked it out.
Now, fans still divided on Steve's comment. Some were against him. One person saying, "Steve Harvey has lost all respect for Will Smith." Well, we lost respect for you, Steve Harvey, who can't take 5 minutes out of his so-called busy schedule to take pictures with fans. Remember those, Steve? They're the ones who watch your Family Feud show. Go to your dead-end comedy shows. Another added, "It's okay for Steve Harvey to protect his family and call Will Smith a punk when he does the same thing to protect his family. Steve, you owe Will an apology. You would have slapped the shit out of Chris if he was talking about your wife." But while the fans defend Steve, other celebs were not big on Will Smith. Why? One person tweeted, "You guys can agree with Steve Harvey about Will Smith and still despise him. I do." Another added, "I can't stand Steve Harvey, a Bible Billy, but I couldn't agree with him more." If there's one thing that comedians are known for, it's their camaraderie and support for one another. But in this case, it seems like Smith is standing alone on a deserted comedy island. Not a single comedian has come to his defense, and the verdict is unanimous. This was a direct hit on free speech and the art of comedy itself. The consequences of Smith's actions continue to grow. And the latest victim, none other than the legendary Dave Chappelle. It seems like telling jokes in front of an audience is becoming risky business these days. Many are saying that Smith's behavior has given others the misguided notion that they can attack anyone who dares crack a joke at their expense, all while conveniently forgetting about the laws that protect freedom of speech. In a country where free speech is sacred, these actions could land you in the comedy jailhouse. Other comedians are condemning Will for a stupid move, but while Will is stomaching all that hate, he just can't seem to digest the fact that Steve Harvey, with his questionable history, is also coming after him. So he's ready to show Harvey that he's messing with the Fresh Prince and it has consequences. But instead of a b-ball game, it's lawsuits and legal battles. As the news spreads like wildfire across social media, fans are taking sides faster than you could say comedy showdown. Team Will or Team Steve? It's the battle of the big leagues, and everyone's in on it. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.